Hi, this is James with STL-Sound and Photo Booth. Thanks for stopping in and taking a look at our video. This particular video is going to be about what do I need to get started as a DJ. First off, you need music. Everyone always asks, where do you get your music? Believe it or not, I buy it. Don't be that guy. Don't be trying to rip stuff from YouTube. First off, you get bad quality. You never know what the uploads are going to be. You know, quality music. If you don't own the record, if you don't own the CD, you know, buying it from iTunes, there's lots of places you can buy music from. Also, I belong to several DJ pools, so that's a good place to locate music, hard to find stuff. You will always have someone ask for a song that is not available on iTunes. Most recently I had someone ask me for a Garth Brooks song, not on iTunes. Luckily I own the CD, so I had the music available. What else do you need? You need a way to play the music. You don't have to go out and buy the most expensive controller. You don't have to have the Nexus 2000s. A lot of DJs are going to give me crap for what I'm about to say. Don't care. I make a living doing this. So, you know, they can say whatever they want. But you need a way to play the music and be able to control it. I personally use the Pioneer DDJ SR. It's middle of the road. The SX is super nice, and every 6 months, let me rephrase that, every 6 months there's a new controller that comes out. You have the NS5, the NS6, the NS7, the 7 2.0, 2. You know, forget all that. Stick with the brand that you like. I like the Pioneer brand. It's a quiet board. The music's clear, sounds good. It's been good to me. Also, make sure you get a case. I'll show you the one that I'm using. We've got a couple of them, and this is my personal one here. This is the one that I use. You also need a program. Now, Pioneer comes with Serato. I like Serato just fine. I personally bought Virtual DJ, and there's a bunch of reasons for that. That's a whole nother video. But because of what I do and the way that I use it, Virtual DJ works great for me. Again, there'll be some DJs to say, well, you're not a real DJ if you're using Virtual DJ. Whatever. Again, I make a living at this. You know, it does exactly what I need to do. If you're doing videos and music, and I don't have to worry about learning 2 different platforms, I can stick with one. All my music's in there. Back up your music. I've got, I always have a backup system, and let me start there. So I've got my main laptop that I use for music, and I have a backup. I have another computer that I use for everything else. So, you know, that's important. And it's actually happened to me at a wedding. For whatever reason, my computer decided it needed to back up. Or it started downloading Windows 10 5 minutes beforehand. I pull out my other laptop, turn it on. I've got the music right there. I cue it up. We're good to go. The bride and groom, it happened to be at a wedding, the bride and groom had no idea that I was sweating, that my computer decided to just back up in the middle of their service. So always have a backup system. Now go into a little more detail here. So I have both passive PA gear and active. I've got a set of Mackie 12s that I use for a ceremony system, and I've also got 15s. I like the thumps. They sound good, you know, for what they are, for the price range. You can't beat it. Again, you don't have to go out and buy the top of the line stuff. As you make more money, you can upgrade if you want. The Mackeys have been good to me. Also, you know, there's something to be said about buying new equipment versus used equipment. You can save money by buying used gear, that's true, but you have no warranty. So just remember that, take that into consideration as you're buying gear. If you're saving 50 bucks, I wouldn't do it. You know, if it's a huge savings, you know, maybe it's worthwhile. But 50 bucks to have the peace of mind, if I've got a speaker that goes down, I can take it back to the store and exchange it, and depending on where you get it, possibly same day. Active versus passive. Like I said, I have both. For a wedding, you can't hardly beat an active system, meaning the speaker has a built-in amplifier. The reason it's good, especially if you're starting out, the amp is made to work with that speaker. It just takes all the guesswork out of it. Pretty much you can set them up, point them in the direction that you want your sound to be, and that's a whole nother video too. But you're pretty much set up and ready to go. Right out of the back of the controller, you can cable out and into the speakers, and you're set up and running. It's just that easy. So, you know, take advantage of that, especially if you're just starting out. Make it easy on yourself. And there's a bunch of speakers out there. There's a formula to how many watts that you need for how many people, how many decibels that the speakers are putting out. That's a whole nother video. There really is a lot of technical stuff behind what it is that I do, and I'll just tell you this to make it easy on yourself. Do a little research. Ask around. Don't take my word for it. But if you've got a set of powered 15s, a name brand set of powered 15s, you're probably good for a couple hundred people. No problem. That's just the way it works out. Now for me, one of my big things, if it's just speaking and it's a ceremony, again, the Mackie Thumps, perfect. The price point's right, they don't sound too bad. I'm really big on sound because I do recording, so I wanted a higher quality sound. None of my guests, all of my guests compliment me on how good it sounds. I've never had anyone tell me to turn it up. I have been told to turn it down. But choose a speaker that works for you. It's in your price point. It's manageable. Let me grab one real quick.